Welcome to Mike Dub 27 Day Trader. And today is the second day of 2026. Like I said, I'm going to be trying to drop something every day this year, rain, sleet, or snow. But first, let's look at something that I think is kind of going in the radar for a lot of people. And that is a meme stock called Floki Inu. Now, the interesting thing about this meme stock is the fact that it's up 22% for the week. And it has absolutely nothing to do with Bitcoin, Ethereum, or XRP. This thing just broke out to become its own stock or its own crypto. To explain this, it was at 40. Now let's go back a week. This thing was around 39 cents, 38 to 39 cents for the longest. Maybe went up to 41. Then all of a sudden, bam, it started doing this weird breakout, and it's still going. Now, to explain why this is so different than all the other cryptos, let's go down here and look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin is just now hitting 90. It's up 2%. Ethereum, it crossed back over there. Okay, it looks like crypto's starting to pick up. That is interesting. But yeah, so Ethereum is up 3%. And then XRP is up 6%. Ooh, that is interesting right there. Because that was just at $1.86. But then you go to Floki Inu, and a lot of them, it looks like the meme stocks are leading the way. 10%, 12%, 16%. So the meme stocks are carrying the way. The reason I like Floki Inu is the fact that you get so much bang for your buck. For instance, let me see how many shares I have. I got 264,334 shares. So if this hits $1, that's how much. That's basically that's where I'm gonna be at. Now, of course, it'll take a while, but it'll still be there, and I'm gonna add a little bit as time continues to persist, and just let it grow. But yeah, this is interesting. Let's look and see if we see any news about it. First off, Floki is a utility token of the Floki ecosystem, which includes Valhalla, an NFT metaverse game, Floki Fi Locker, a DeFi asset locking protocol, University of Floki, a crypto education platform, a debit card, and more. So that's where Floki is. But I don't see any news. So this just may be the meme coins finally breaking through, seeing how everything else has kind of been sitting on the sideline for like the last 6 months. So that's not bad at all. But let's do the math on this. All right, we're gonna do $100 for Floki. I'm gonna pull up my calculator. So let's say you get Floki for $100. All right, divided by point. Where is it at right now? 0.000048. Oh, excuse me, 48. That's about 2 million shares right there. 2 million shares. Now, if you go back and let's just say about 3 months, even 6 months, You see that at one point it was at 0.0001. So let's see what happens when it hits that. So multiply those shares by 0.0001. And that's $208. And that's from $100. So let's say that's $1,000. Multiply what we just got right there times 10. That's not bad. And then you can keep going and going. So you can see where, if crypto starts moving to where it once was last year, when I say last year, I'm talking about 3 months ago. That's where we could be at right there. So if you look at the percentage right there, you're talking about 22 a 22% hike. So let's go to where it's at right now. When this right here says plus 22%, that's where you would be at. So we can see right there that Floki Inu is definitely making some moves. But as we saw earlier, Floki Inu isn't even the only one. Seems that Pepe is leading the march. And Pepe actually has news. So Pepe may be to the meme coins what Bitcoin is to the regular cryptos. Seeing how it's already at 0.000005. So it's even cheaper than what I was just looking at with the Floki Inu. Now let's look at where it once was. All right, you can see it was at 0.00001. And then if we go back a year, it was at 0.00002. And 0.00002. And the height, that was the height, 0.00002. Now that's a long run right there, which is probably why it has so much potential to go up. But I'm kind of sticking around this Floki Inu because I want to see if that thing hits a 5 by tomorrow and see what happens with that. Now, let's look at the news. It says the consequences of AI slop and a hopeful look at what will follow it. Much of the AI generated content on the internet, such as videos, images, and given news stories, is now considered slop, which itself was named the word of the. Let's take a look. Oh, they're trying to sell me something. Nope, I don't want to buy it. Oh, they tried to trick me there. There we go. Here we go. With generative artificial intelligence being used to create an increasing amount of content on the internet, Christine G and Brittany Ingen interview AI experts who discuss how the public reaction to the new technology compared with opinions during the early years of the internet and what the online media world might look like as it moves beyond AI slop. Yeah, but what does that have to do with the meme coins? It really doesn't say anything to have to do with the meme coins. So this is just going a completely different direction. So let's go ahead and fall back off of that. Bitcoin struggled in 2025, but long-term lows shows a strong and rising floor. So basically, it's showing that right now the baseline of crypto is being solidified. Easiest way to look at it is imagine building a house, but you got to put down a concrete slab. You got to wait for that slab to dry and test it and make sure that it's sturdy before you can build a house on it. They're basically saying that's what's going on with crypto right now, saying how it's being adapted into all these different aspects of business. But yeah, but this is just one thing I just wanted to make a video about. This the fact that Floki Inu right now is making a breakout, and that it has the potential to get to 0.0001, which that could make people a lot of money. Of course, this isn't financial advice, but use it how you will. But anyhow, I'm Mike Dub 27 day trader, and that's it. I'm out. Deuces.